So you want to know what's one of the craziest things that an adult has said or done to me at one of my events. And so I was thinking about through like my 32 years of doing this, what are some of my craziest stories? So some of the ones that came to mind are once I had two dads get in a fist fight at a church event. This was in Newark, New Jersey, but I had two dads get in a fist fight over whose kid was next in line. And I'm just talking about like next in line. It wasn't like whose kid was in line or out of line, or whose kid was at the front of the line versus the back of the line. Like I was gonna be doing one of the kids, and then I was immediately gonna be doing the other one. So the order really didn't matter, but these two dads got in a fist fight over whose kid was the next kid. Another thing that I've had happen is I have on rare occasions had parents actually follow me out to the parking lot, and as I am putting my balloons in the car, are like insisting that I make them like one more balloon. Like, oh, make a balloon for my kid, make just one more. And like I'm literally putting my balloons in the trunk of my car, and like they're following me out to the car in the parking lot. I've had, back when I was single, I've had some adult women, usually older women, make some inappropriate comments, like pickup line type things that I'm not going to repeat on here. You can use your imagination. But the most common ones that I get a lot of times that people will be like in line and like, come on, hurry it up. We've been waiting in line for 2 hours. And I'm like, that's funny because I've only been at this event for 30 minutes. But that's a pretty common one where I'll have people be like, oh, we've been waiting in line for over an hour. We've been waiting in line for over 2 hours. And I'm like, and I know I haven't even been there that long. And I'm like, well, that's impressive. You know, props to you because you've been waiting in line longer than I've been here. But that's a pretty common one where they like to get me to somehow twist faster. And I'm a fast twister, but to somehow get me to speed it up, they exaggerate how long they've been in line. Another one that will happen a lot is sometimes what will happen, especially at big events, kids will just like, or parents will send their kids to just wait in the balloon line. And then the kid will come get in my line and then get out of line. But the parents think that the kid has been in line the entire time. So they'll come up to me at the end of my event and be like, my kid's been waiting this whole time. I'm like, actually, no, they haven't. They got in line for like 5 minutes and then got out of line. So that's why they didn't get a balloon. But I'll have parents that insisted that their kid was waiting the entire time and I was just like ignoring them and skipping them, which I don't do. The other thing that I get a lot, and I tell people all the time, the hardest part of my job is not making balloons, it's cutting off the line, because no matter how long I'm at an event, at some point in time, someone has to be the last person in line. You have to cut off that line, otherwise it will never end. I learned this the hard way. Once I did a Chick-fil-A event, I was scheduled to be there from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. At midnight, I was still in the parking lot making balloons for people. This was early in my career. I was still in the parking lot making balloons for parents who had their cell phones out, like shining the flashlight, trying to expose enough light so I could make balloons for their kids at midnight in the parking lot. The Chick-fil-A's long been closed. The lights had been shut off in the parking lot. Like, it was crazy. So I learned the hard way that if I don't cut off the line will never end. So the thing that I get most often from parents is when I have to cut off the line, be like, oh, just one more. Or they try and say like, oh, when you cut off the line, we were waiting the whole time. No, you weren't. But yeah, those are some of the most, I guess, the things that come to mind as far as what adults have said or done to me at events.